As creators, artists, designers, photographers, illustrators, people that make the things, as creators, one of our biggest struggles is understanding what the people want. But then there's also the sub-struggle of that about doing what we want, but also trying to figure out how that fits in with the people that want the things. I want to make all the things, but I also want to make the things for you. Make all of my things, make all your things. What is a creator to do? Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Connery. I'm an artist designer based in Southern California, and today I don't know what the heck is going on. I used to do this little intro where I would say, my name is Dave, and welcome to whatever this is. That was my intro for my YouTube videos, because there was a period there where I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what you wanted to see, and there was a period where I was just like throwing up my hands going, God, I don't even know anymore, so I'm just gonna make whatever I want. And that was great for me. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making those videos. The problem is that my viewership was like doing this because I wasn't focused. I wasn't doing the thing. I wasn't making sure people wanted to see the videos that I was making because I didn't really pay attention to what everybody was saying. Even if I were to go to dig into the analytics, I couldn't discern from the analytics what it was that you guys wanted from me. Now, a lot of the you that I'm speaking of are the people that are not necessarily watching now. They're the people that have been watching me for long periods of time, and they may have understood who I was or at one point, and now they don't. It's just a muddled mess. But actually, it's a little bit better now. So let's talk about that. But not before I say, hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, like any of my videos, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you go down and leave some sort of comment about anything. I don't care. Make sure you subscribe. Because you know, it's a good thing. You know, subscribing's good. Make sure you hit that bell button because you never want to miss a thing. And of course, share this with your homies. Sidebar. Listen, the wings, they're gone. Next time you see me, all this is out of there. Finally going to a barber shop because I'm so sick of this. I don't know what it is about me and deciding I'm going to grow my hair out in the middle of summer. I do it all the time. Fixing that problem right away. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my follicle situation. Here to talk about is identifying what you want versus what I want. What you want to see versus what I want to see. What things you want to buy from me versus the things that I want to make. That is a major struggle. It's a major struggle for me. Might be a major struggle for you. And it's one of these things where it's like we have to find the happy middle. Some sort of medium ground in there, because if I continue to make all the things just for myself, there might not necessarily be anybody there to buy it, or listen, or watch, or whatever. But if I do everything I can to make you happy, well, ultimately, I may not make myself happy because I'm not making the things that I want to make. So it's got to find the happy middle. This is the happy middle. Helicopter overhead, don't mind that. There's all kinds of noises going on in here anyway. The helicopter, the fan is over there, and the squeaky chair. Oh, and then, I don't know if you can hear, but my back feels like it's snapping. Oh, God. There's something we need to get out of the way. This is not on the plan. This is not part of the plan. We're gonna take care of this now because it drives me bananas. You see that box right there? My camera seems to think that that right there is a face, and it'll like it'll take its focus off of me and go over there. So we're gonna fix that right now. This is an old light setup I used to use to light myself, and then I got tired of setting it up all the time. I'm doing this. I want you guys to look at something. I want you to look at these search engine analytics. These things that YouTube is telling me what you guys want. It's actually pretty telling to a degree. As you can see, what's happening here is that a lot of you come here to me via the Affinity oriented content. I totally expected that. That's something I expected. A portion of you have also come here for the Printful Printify conversation, or even a little bit of the Shopify stuff. Those are kind of like the three main topics that have been hitting on my channel for a little bit now. Again, all of that is expected. The problem is there's no detail there. There's no real fine tuning. It's just basically, hey, Printful versus Printify. Adobe Photoshop versus Affinity Photo. That's all I get. Now, I've already done those videos where it's like the very generalized idea of this one versus that one, or why do I use this? Why do we use that? But now what do I do? I don't know if that's gonna fix it. I just want to apologize in advance for the very Casey Neistat approach to this video. See, now it's zooming in right here. I can't win. The other day I had this conversation with a good friend of mine who is a pretty popular person. Like, she's got a really big following on Facebook. She's got a really big following on Instagram. She's more in health and wellness, not my niche at all. But we've been friends for a long time, and we got to talking about stuff. And I actually asked her about all of her, like the way she goes about creating all her content, because she's got a blog, she's got a podcast, she does videos, she does all kinds of content. And I was asking her that in regards to the content marketing playbook that I am creating, if she has some sort of plan, or if she has some sort of needs or desires in regards to how this book should look or feel, then then maybe I can incorporate some of that into it, because I'm only one man and I don't necessarily know what everybody wants. But that question kind of drove me to where I am at right now, because when I talked to her, she basically just completely blew my mind. That book was going to be very calendar driven, like months, weeks, days kind of situation about, hey, make your content on these days, on these at this time of the week or this part of the month, and make sure you stay organized and don't you ever forget. And that's kind of what the purpose of the book was, is to keep you on schedule. The thing, though, that she told me is that she can't ever stick to a schedule. Anytime she has ever tried to stick to her own schedule, she's fallen way off track, or she gets to this moment where she's like, screw you, I'm not going to do it, even though she's the one telling herself to do it. I do what I want, even if it's me telling me what I want. And as she was telling me this, I was thinking to myself, like, that's me. That's 100% me. I've never, ever been able to follow any kind of structured schedule, which is the whole reason I decided to make this book in the first place, is so that, because I try to get myself organized. But I've never been able to figure that out. I've never been able to stick to anything, because I would just get in this mode like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And there's the rub. I'm trying to make this thing for somebody else, but I'm not asking the other people what they want. And when I did ask somebody what they want, they actually gave me the feedback that I probably needed to hear, but I didn't realize it was like part of who I am already. After talking more in depth with my friend, we came to this idea that what probably this thing should be more about is not so much about the calendar, but rather the inspiration. What is it that we want to be writing about, and what are the ideas around that, so that we can then focus on those ideas and execute on them when we want. Now, some of those might be more timely than others. There might be things that are very time sensitive, and we should focus on those things in a timely fashion. But there may be other ideas that can percolate for a bit or sit back on for a while. And all I'm doing is putting them down, getting the inspiration written somewhere, so that I have something to go to whenever I need, whenever I want, saying, hey, here's this idea for this thing. The book is there. It's there for you to make these things. It's there for me to go back to and look at. It's there for us as a tool that works best with our creative impulses. Now, are all creative people like me and my friend Steph? No. I mean, you might be the calendar type. You might be the one that really needs that calendar. But when I asked the question with other people, a lot of the response that I got back from people was in that vein. The response I got back from them was that, hey, this is the type of stuff that we want. We want the motivation. We want to be pushed. We want to understand what it is that we want to be talking about. We want to have synapse popping things happen within us while we read this. I was like, Of course, that's what I should be doing. What does that look like? I don't have the slightest idea. I don't have the slightest idea what that looks like. So basically, I'm going to shelve the entire thing that I just did and kind of rethink it, retool it, so that it becomes a thing that other people want and that I want to have and that I want to make. And I'll be honest with you, even though I don't know what that looks like, I'm far more motivated to create that than I am the calendar one, because I think that the calendar one almost gave me anxiety, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to stick to it myself. And if I can't stick to it myself, how can I expect you to do the same? But this other idea, golden. Now this brings me back to you, or rather anybody who watches me on any of these platforms, because now I have a better understanding of this idea behind what the partway, the middle ground between what I want to make and what you want to receive. My analytics don't exactly give me all those answers, but maybe if I just encourage you to really go forth into the comments and ask the kinds of questions that you want me to answer, then I would gladly be able to do that. What do you want to know about Affinity that I have discovered? What do you want to know about my personal experience regarding Printful or print on demand in any place? What do you want to know about Shopify and selling your stuff as an artist? I can answer all these questions to a certain level of professionalism and expertise. A certain level. The problem is, I don't know what those are, and I need your help to do that. So if you have questions at any time, any video, any circumstance, blog, newsletter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, hit me up and ask me the questions, because then it's like, oh, okay, good, that's content. That's content that I can create, that I can answer questions, I can act on. Like maybe you want me to show you how I would design a certain type of thing, posters, business cards, I don't know, books that I'll never produce. But here's one thing I definitely know I'm not, at least when it comes to YouTube. I definitely don't want this channel to ever be just about tutorials. You're not gonna see me sitting here just doing one Affinity tutorial after another after another. There's plenty of other people out there doing that who are doing really great work. I'll put a couple of links to people that I follow in that regard, not just Affinity, but also there's another guy, I think his name is Casey something, very, very specific. Casey, who does these videos about Davinci Resolve, which is the video program that I use to make these videos, and it's a really great program, and he has really great videos. So there's guys that are out there doing videos like that that are much better at it and with far more interest than I have. I don't mind doing a couple of tutorial videos now and then, I just don't want it to be all tutorials all the time. The reason that I also don't want to do that is because I think that the content desire is finite for people. Meaning, if you came here for some sort of tutorial and you wanted to follow a couple of my tutorials, but then all I was doing was the same tutorial, at a certain point you'd be like, well, I've learned enough, I don't need to be here anymore, and then you're gone. You're not going to follow me anymore. You're not going to pay attention anymore. There's people out there who I have followed in the past, got the information that I needed, and then I bounced because it was like, hey, thanks a lot, I appreciate you, but I'm out. And that's not what I want. What I want is legacy. I mean that 100%, and I know that kind of sounds big and bold, but what I really do want is I want legacy. I want you to want to be here for long periods of time. I want you to spend time with me so that we can build relationships together and that we can all grow together. Maybe, you know, we can prop each other up now and again. I want this channel to be more than just Affinity. I want it to be more than just Resolve. I want it to be more than this Shopify, Printful, Print on Demand. I want it to be all of those things, and then I really just want it to be whatever the core is of me. Anyway, so that's the main point here, folks, is that, and this is my lesson for myself, but of course, as with anything, I'm asking you to pay attention because your people that you're trying to get the attention of are also in this same situation. They're in the situation that you're in right now. They're trying to get information from you in some way or get some sort of content, entertainment, education. You gotta be paying attention. You gotta be paying attention. But you also, if they're not giving you the information, you gotta ask. You gotta ask. You gotta ask, you gotta find out, and then you gotta find that happy middle. Happy middle! I'm having a lot of fun with the Zoom right now. I don't know, it's like I said, Casey Neistat getting in my face. So that's pretty much all I got for you this time, guys. As I said, go down to the comments. Tell me what kind of things you like to talk about. Tell me what kind of things you want to know. I mean, you can be as specific as possible. Maybe I'll be able to execute. I don't know. Somebody asked me for my thesis on why I decided to change from Adobe to Affinity, and I'm like, wait, my videos weren't enough? They want like, what am I doing, a master's program on this stuff? Go down to the comments and tell me what kind of things you like. And don't say, hey, do whatever you want, Dave. That's great, but you know, if you really, really, really want to know something, go down there and tell me. And while you're headed down, make sure you like this, make sure you go subscribe, make sure you pop that bell because you never want to miss a thing, and make sure you share it with all of your homies. It's so good to get that off my chest. All right, folks, that's it. I'm out. Remember, be good today, even better tomorrow. See ya. Squeaky chair, don't care.